And I'm so glad the season is underway, and I can't imagine, moving forward, this big Oklahoma game coming up, and road games at Nebraska and USC, and other, Wisconsin coming in here, and Washington. We got some fun stuff to talk about with this team. I like this team a lot, potentially. And I was just thrilled to be down there, sitting next to Pat Hayes.
Well, I heard you were a little bit of a famous person. Everybody was coming up to say hi to you, which is great because you haven't been around them for a while. So it's good to have you back in there, that's for sure. But, I tell you, one thing that impressed me from the game the other night was really not on our sideline, but the others. That team come in, I think it's kind of reminiscent of Indiana from last year, where you have a coach coming in from a lower division team, bringing a lot of his transfers in that know the system, have been around for a minute. They're not such young guys, and they really came in and they played tough. I think they could be a kind of a sneak up team in their conference.
Great point. I thought the same thing. I mean, they had a little moxie. I mean, we thought got a little chippy here and there, and they were not intimidated. And this was a perfect team for Michigan to play, because it was a team that did not roll over, because there was they had a couple back-to-back possessions that had me a little feeling uneasy about the Michigan defense. And they did the trick play to get, kind of get back into the game, that touchdown, the snap through the legs. But I thought it was perfect. And yeah, they're going to be relevant in the Midwest. Their coach comes from Idaho, and from the Big Sky, goes to Mountain West and brings players. And when you bring experienced players, I mean, this quarterback almost beat Oregon last year up in Eugene when Idaho went up there in the opener. That was a fourth-quarter game. So, yeah, they're not intimidated. And I thought it was a perfect challenge for Michigan, and also teams taunt Michigan. I think Michigan has maybe a reputation of getting into little skirmishes, and I think you're going to see more of that.
Well, Tom, you say you feel good about Michigan against Oklahoma. How good do you feel
about Michigan versus Oklahoma?
Yeah, what kind of a score are you looking at?
I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, quite frankly. I mean, relatively low-scoring game. I think Michigan can, in the 21-17 range, win a game like that. I don't think it's going to be any high scoring than that. Chip Lindsey, I like this offense. I don't know what you think about it, but I think there's some creativity there, and I don't think they showed a lot. They held a lot back. I like Michigan's receivers blocking downfield a little bit more. I thought Channing Goodwin is going to be a heck of a player down the road, and I'm feeling great.
I was really impressed. I was really impressed with Marlon Klein.
Yeah.
Oh, Marlon Klein. Man, is Michigan going to be tight in you? He's following some Schoonmaker and obviously Colston Loveland.
He reminded me of Colston.
He looked good. And then Hogan Hansen's going to be back. We heard yesterday at tight end. And Zach Marshall's another one. Tight end is a position of strength. And then you got Max Bredesen, the grinder up there, who just plays all he wants to do is block people. And I've never seen a more aggressive Michigan back in terms of wanting to go hit somebody than Max Bredesen.
Well, it's great to be feeling good about Michigan again.
Oh my God, I'm super excited. I know there's going to be some challenges, guys. There's no question about it. But I'm just so glad. It was so sweet to be down there, and this team's got a lot of upside. That offensive line, though, on the right side, Andrew Sprague at right tackle, is so critical, and that's going to be my microscope all season long. If that O-line merges and gels as one unit, look out for the Wolverines.
Well, you mentioned the offense, and I think that the thing that really got me was just that their speed, and they're just trying to get the game moving faster. They're not sitting back, huddling as much. They're doing a little bit more to try to get things going. And I like that the way they're doing it, and hopefully they keep that up. But I like what they can kind of control the offense a little bit more and try to see what they're doing with the speed and what they're coming into these plays and reading it. And I think that the more the season goes on and the more Bryce Underwood gets comfortable in that offense, the better they're even going to be.
And watch an emerging freshman, and the reason I'm bringing him up because he had a great block on Justice Haynes' first touchdown. Pat Hayes could have waltzed from 60 yards out of there. There he goes. Pat Hayes is out. But it was Andrew Marsh, number 4. Watch this kid.
Yeah.
You know why? Now he caught a couple. He blocks downfield. This kid makes maybe hopefully great wide receiver for the Michigan Wolverines.
One of the other things that I thought I was very happy with, Dominic Zvada, perfect yesterday or Saturday with his field goals and extra points.
Yeah, he's automatic. That's another position of strength, and so I'm not gonna try to get too twisted up in this optimism. And it's one game, and maybe OU is holding a lot of stuff back from the Illinois State in that game for Michigan. And the environment, Justice Haynes talked about this. He played there last year for Alabama. It's going to be loud, and so you got communication management, and we're going to find out what Bryce Underwood is all about.